Stephen Levitt, you and Stephen Dubner, the Freakonomics guys, are back with the new book, Think Like a Freak. You're the economist of the pair. What do you think of the rise of all these behavioral finance books that have come out in the wake of your original Freakonomics?
I think it's great. I think there's so many big ideas now at the intersection of economics and psychology. And the academy is almost a little bit of a waste of time. People talking to themselves, and the fact that people have figured out how to tell stories and communicate these ideas to everyday people, I think it's fantastic.
Should companies hire you and Dubner to help them work on their processes? Wouldn't it make more economic sense? You could make more money that way instead of writing Freakonomics books to help companies with their economics?
Well, so the first rule of Think Like a Freak is you don't do things just for money. That if you want to do things well, I mean, we're all about having fun and enjoying it. I think that's the most important thing. Now, I actually do have a consulting firm. Firms should hire me. Danny Kahneman is part of it, and actually Vikram Pandit, the former CEO of Citi, has joined us as well. So we have a really unusual consulting firm that brings the kind of ideas in these books to firms.
One recurring theme of all the books is incentive. It seems as though a lot of the cases involved in the books are things where companies or people just miss the incentive. And once they improve the incentive, they find the incentive, they get it right. Why is this such a problem?
I mean, incentives are everything to an economist. Every single problem I face, I start with the idea, who has what incentives? And you got to be careful not to talk just about financial incentives, because I think the more powerful incentives, even in firms, are the social incentives and the peer pressure. I mean, how you're perceived by your peers is often far more important than some bonus you get at the end of the year. And that's what, firm culture ends up being incredibly important.
Speaking of firm culture, you talk about Amazon and Zappos and the fact that they encourage people to quit. I found that was a great case study. Why don't you expand on that?
Yeah, so Zappos is a really interesting company. Tony Hsieh is such an amazing leader. And it's an example of a company where he just basically decided the customer comes first. And so when you join Zappos, everyone from the top down has to spend 2 weeks working in the packaging, sending, in the warehouse. And about, 2 days left before the end of your training, everyone's given the offer, if you want to quit now, we'll give you a couple $1,000s to walk away. Because they don't want anyone there who's on the margin. They want the people there to love what they're doing. And I've spent a lot of time in that company. It's an amazing company. Some of the weirdest people you will ever meet in their life, but they're like religious fanatics. They believe in Zappos.
And maybe they're just freaks. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Street.